What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to build your deadlift to over 500 pounds. And this is a goal that I know a lot of guys have. And I achieved, when did I pull 500 pound deadlift for the first time? Sometime in the spring. And then I injured myself. And then a couple of days ago, I pulled 525 and 495 for 3. So I was pretty happy with that. Now, the thing about the deadlift is that it's a lift that a lot of guys just don't do enough to get strong at it. A lot of guys you see in the gym build a big bench because they're benching 3-4 times a week. Any guy you see with a big squat, big deadlift, guess what? They're probably deadlifting, squatting more than once or twice a week. And that's just the reality. If you want to get good at something, you have to do it more. So my best advice is however many times a week you're doing deadlifts right now. When I saw the best results, I was doing deadlifts every other day. Now, if you want to get strong in everything else too, once every 3 days would work. Twice a week you can do, but you have to be doing it more than once a week, guys. That's just, you're not going to build. You can. There are guys out there, I guarantee you, that have built in 700 pound deadlifting once every 2 weeks. There are guys out there that can do it, but for most of you want to get good at a lift, do it at least twice a week. So that's my first bit of advice. Second of all, actually train when you do deadlifts. What I mean by this is a lot of guys just pyramid up, do a max, and then that's it. That's all they do for deadlifts. So they get one real set. You actually have to have a program in place. So what I recommend, this is what I found worked for me, was one day I would do sets of 5. So somewhere between. Now, I kept the volume pretty low, honestly, for deadlifts because I was also squatting. I was deadlifting 3 times a week, squatting 3 times a week, and benching 3 times a week. So you have to remember that your deadlift, your squat strength is going to play a massive role in that because you also use a lot of legs. So every day you're not deadlifting, if you're squatting, you're going to get good results as well. So basically, you have to train your legs. Now, back to how I'm actually going to train my deadlift, but let's just stick with that. For me, I would do one day that I would work up to a 1 rep max. So let's say this was Monday. Work up to a heavy single. It doesn't have to be a max, but let's say 95%. So let's say my max is 515. Might go up to 495. With my 495 for max reps. Whether that's 1, 2, 3, maybe you'll get 5, whatever, who knows. But work up to a heavy set of ideally a single, to be honest. So if you go and you pull 495 and it's easy, go up again. And don't be afraid of going heavy, because the nice thing about the deadlift is you can actually just drop it. So a lot of guys will do their heavy single and it goes up easy and then they're done. Well, why not just put the other 20 pounds on the bar, see what happens. It's not going to hurt you. As long as you keep your form good, you're going to be fine. So if you pull something for 2 reps, don't just say, okay, that's my good set, that's done. Do the other set, go heavier, try it. Actually get some volume in on your deadlifts. So anyway, work up to a heavy single, and then typically I would drop the weight back, and I would do, on that day, 3 sets of 3. So you're getting 4 real sets in, I would say. You get 1 heavy single, maybe 2 heavy singles, really, because let's say you go up to 495, let's say you pull it for 2-3 reps, go up, get a heavy single, then do 3 sets of 3 with a prescribed weight. So so you can program this out. I'm not going to do all the math. I actually have a training program with an Excel spreadsheet that you can just input your numbers and it will tell you what to do, which you can purchase. Just send me an email, but it's only like $39. But you can program this yourself. You can find it on the internet. What percent of your 1 rep max you choose for a 3x3, 5x5, etc. So that's day 1. Then on Wednesdays, so that was my first training session. On Wednesdays, I would do a 5x5. So go in, maybe I'm just using 405. So that's typically what I did. Whatever your weight is, doesn't matter. 5x5 with that, and that's it. And then on Friday, I'd work up. So I would do What the heck did I do? I'd work up to a heavy single again, and then I would drop the weight back and do a set to complete failure that you want to get somewhere between 8 and 12 reps. That's kind of the goal. So let's say you go up, you pull 500 pounds. Let's say you go up and pull 405, drop the weight back to 315 and do max reps, maybe 345, whatever. Do max reps with that to complete failure. That's kind of what I did, and then I worked the weight up every week. So when I got a certain, let's say I got 405 for 10 reps. All right, next week it's gonna be 435 for max reps. So you're doing it, you're getting a lot of volume throughout the entire week, but you're not destroying yourself in volume every single day. Because the reality is, once you do 3 or 4 sets of heavy deadlifts, you're pretty fatigued and your lower back will start to give out, and a lot of people will start to get pain and their form will start to go to shit. So my recommendation is keep the volume high throughout the week, but break it up. So train deadlifts 3 times a week. Sorry, rambled on for a long time about that. Anyway, the second thing is you need to eat food and you have to be recovered. So the training, actually a lot of people don't train their legs heavy enough either. So the other thing is, if you want to get a big deadlift, better be training your legs heavy twice a week as well. So you have to do heavy squats. You have to do it. Build your squat up. For me, my squat is relatively really, really bad, but get your squat to even 315. That sounds pretty awful considering my squat. It doesn't make any sense compared to my other lifts. We all know it. My squat right now is like 365, 37, maybe 385. My goal is to get 405 because I feel like I should definitely be there. But I'm currently have some serious glute and leg issues. So that's kind of why my squat's been pretty bad. Or I'll just go with that. Anyway, but train heavy legs at least twice a week as well. That's going to be crucial. So that's kind of the training part to get a big deadlift. The second part is you need to be eating a lot of food. If you were 175 pounds and let's say you have a 405 deadlift, then, oh my goodness, let's say you have a 405 deadlift. Well, do you really think you're going to get a 500 pound deadlift when you're still 175 pounds? It's not going to happen if you're only at 405 at that weight. So what you have to do, you actually have to eat food, and you have to, in order to grow, you have to be in a calorie surplus. And when I say this, it's not going out and eating pizza and all this stuff. Yes, you can gain fat and you will get stronger, but fueling your body properly is key if you want to lift heavy weights. So you should be eating, I eat 8 to 12 meals a day. That's just what I need. I need about 4,500 calories minimum. But I'm also 210 pounds right now. So figure something out. I'd say everyone should be eating, if you're serious about getting stronger, you should be eating at least 5 to 6 real meals a day. That is what I would say. And a good balance of protein and carbs and fats. So don't tell me you can't eat enough. You can. You just need to be smart about it. Eat every 2 hours. Very, very important if you want to gain strength. Because if your weight stays the same, guess what? Your strength can only go so far. So lastly, it's going to be about sleep. Well, maybe 2 things, sleep and hydration. Sleep 8 hours a night, guys. If you're out partying and you wake up and you only slept for 3 hours, you walk in the gym, the odds that you're going to be lifting some heavy weight, pretty slim. Also, if you don't sleep enough, your testosterone levels drop, your estrogen levels increase. You really need to sleep enough. That's when you grow, that's when you recover. So be smart. Go to bed at a decent time and get your 8 hours of sleep. Let's say you get 6 hours of sleep. Maybe you go home at the end of the day, you nap for an hour, and then you have your meal, and then you go to the gym a little bit later. It's a totally valid option. But go to the gym rested and feeling good. So very important that you're getting enough sleep or you will not grow. You can't grow off 3 hours of sleep a night, especially if you're natural. So just do that. Anyway, lastly is drinking enough water. This is something that not gonna lie, I'm pretty terrible at. And I actually looked at the amount of water I drank throughout the day recently because I was feeling pretty terrible. And actually my dad was like, you're probably not hydrating enough. And you know what? He was 100% right. Never really drank water throughout the day. You guys are like, what is wrong with you? But honestly, I'd have shakes, I'd have my milk, and have all that stuff. I wasn't getting any water. So now this is easy for people to do. Now you can carry around a water bottle all day if you want. That's very useful. But for me, I wake up, now I have a massive glass of water first thing in the morning. And every time I get home, so I get home from school, I have a big glass of water. Every time I walk in the house from being out somewhere, I have a glass of water. And I've noticed that makes a massive difference. And you're hydrated, you can just feel better. So that's something, and that actually helped my strength a lot. And it's made my strength more consistent. Because if you go in the gym and you're dehydrated, you might be 5 pounds less if you're dehydrated. So that obviously has a major impact on your performance. So that's pretty much it. Train the deadlift at least 2 times, preferably 3 times a week. Train heavy legs. Don't skip legs, because believe me, you're not going to pull over 500 pound deadlift with chicken legs. It's just not going to happen. Probably. Also, then eat enough food so you can actually grow, be in a calorie surplus, and drink water and sleep. That's it. Anyway, I appreciate the support. Hopefully this is useful, and I will talk to you guys soon.